Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. And yes, we are doing this live from the roadshow here in Charlotte, North Carolina. We got people in the background that are sitting out there. We hear them clapping a little bit. That's good. Today, so far, has been a great day. We had a live stream today already, looking at our stocks from the standpoint of the Power Hour. We just completed a presentation for the people here called this "Unlocking the Keys to Unlocking Financial Success." So yes, I have my glasses off today because I got a big old monitor. Actually, I got pretty brown eyes anyway. I wanted y'all to go see them. So I got my glasses off today because there was a lot of glare in the room. So I took my glasses off. So that's why I'm looking without my glasses. So for anybody saying, what's wrong with Glenn? I took my glasses. And by the way, this hat, my wife made me wear it. My wife made me wear this. So I got this. So if you can hear me loud and clear, by all means, please respond in the affirmative in the chat to let me know that we are coming across loud and clear. Let me tell you something. The people that are here, this is good. We got somebody that came from California. We got somebody that came from New York. We got some people that came here. That's a good thing. So I'll take that. All right, all those New Yorkers, yeah, way to go. Go Yankees. California, I don't know. I like San Diego. That's about it. That's all I like. I like me some San Diego. Guess what, though? If this works out nicely, we'll get to travel and maybe we come to California. How about that? We'll come a little closer to you. All right, so a couple of things happened last night. You know, we always talk about what happens in the market. Microsoft Meta beat earnings. I think that's what's pushing the market higher today. U.S. and Ukraine signed a deal for rare earth metals. That's a positive. They finally signed it. It looked like it was falling apart yesterday, but it came through. They signed a deal. Elon's job may be up. They might be looking for a new CEO. I got a story on that. I don't know. Without Elon, Tesla ain't Tesla. I think that without Steve Jobs, Apple ain't Apple. You know, Apple is not the growth stock that it used to be. I think when he passed away, the innovation for Apple passed away as well. And so I can't imagine Tesla without Elon. We'll see. Go Yankees, love San Diego. Look at that. Bill is all about both sides. That's what you call being politically correct. That's what that is. So a lot of people, by the way, we got about 155 people watching on YouTube, just to let you guys know. So that's a good thing. Roger, why are you typing in the room and you're here? Roger's typing in the room and he says, Rose Show is the way to go. Thanks, VV. I'm like, you thought I wasn't going to see that, right? You really thought that I was going to bypass and not see that. I got my glasses off now. Roger, as you can see, is in here live today. So with that being said, Elon's job is secure, says Mike. You know, I want to think so, and I think it's hard to bet against Elon. I'm still a fan of not betting against him. I think it is secure, but it's the news, right? It is the news. Let's tab over and look into, we're already there. Let's go look into what's going on in the market. Another green light today. All right, 4 out of the last 6 days to include today. We got a green light, which means the market's moving higher and higher week over week, day over day. That's some bullishness. You thought I was going to say something else, didn't you? That's some bullishness in the market. It really is. I think that there's more bullish sentiment. I think the ambiguity, maybe, how about this? I think maybe the ambiguity and uncertainty in the tariffs has come to a head. Maybe. All right? Maybe. More talk about deals being done, more talk about possibly China coming to the table. I think those stories are going to be the catalyst that really puts legs behind the market to move it higher. But with that being said, let's move away from the news for a second. Let's move away from the news for a second, and let's see what's actually really going on in the market. Let's go to the market timing graph. With all of the news that's coming out, where are we? We're in an uptrend. That's including today. We're in an uptrend. So no matter who says what in the news, the fact of the matter is, tracking over 9,500 stocks, We're in an uptrend. What does that mean for you right now as an investor? That means, let's go back to the home page real quick. What does it mean? I got a lot of yellow light in the color guard. Tells me that this is a good time to be cautious. Yes, we've got green lights in the color guard pricing column. That's a beautiful thing. What's the predominant color you see in the color guard? Yellow. What does that mean? Cautious. Before you go buy a stock, make sure the stock is going up on the day that you buy it. If you're holding stocks, make sure you got tight stops on them. If you don't want to get out because the stock hits your stop, sell covered calls. All of this to say that you're going to find stocks that are going to be moving up. That's great. Just be careful. I'm not telling you to back up the door, back up the truck and go buy everything. I'm not telling you to be knee-jerk reactionary on a down day and sell everything. Take this in moderation. Going back to the graph, we're in an uptrend. Until that trend is broken, we're in an uptrend. Let the people talk. I need you guys to learn to keep your heads off the swivel and put it where it needs to be, in front of you. Stop listening to what everybody else is saying. Well, my broker says this, all right. Well, you know, I heard this guy on YouTube and he said this, all right. Well, my brother said this, don't listen to him for sure. But you guys need to keep your eyes on what's going on. Put the blinders on. Keep where you need to be. You're not from New York. You think yellow doesn't mean hurry up and step on the gas. That's Mark Norton. He was supposed to be here. I'm still from New York, Mark. Hurry up. I do that in Charlotte too. But listen, I'm trying to teach you to obey the laws of the market. Yellow means slow down. Make sure you click it or get a ticket too. All right, click it or ticket. And don't drink and drive. All that. All right. Glenn, how soon we get the rest of the new navigation series videos, please? I'm working on that. All right, I'm working on that. Those are probably my, what are those green trees? What are they called? Evergreen. Those are evergreen content that we put out there. And usually I plan those out for when I'm going away. Eventually we get them all up there, all right? You have to be careful when you hear it on the tube, says Jerry. That's two. All right, so from the standpoint of what's going on, whatever's going on in the news, we are still in an uptrend. Watch the trend of the market. If that falls below the trend line, we got two things going on. We got a level of support and we got a trend line. And then we got another level of support. Let the market come to you. All right, let the market come to you. Would you buy Amazon today? And if so, what stop loss? You know me, when I give out a stock to keep your eyes on, I'm always going to start off with a 10% trail that allows the runners to run and make sure that you don't lose any more than 10%. So normally, that was a sneaky way for you to go make me look at a stock right now that I'm not ready to do. Just sit there. I got you. All right? I'm not ready to go look at it yet. You mean go for Randy Moss? Remember this? I'm not going to, gosh. I need to stop reading about everything you guys have put up there. Palantir, I still own. Somebody says, how about Palantir? Palantir, I still own. Remember, get the likes in the room. Depending on how many likes we get will determine how many stocks you look at. All right? Because I got things to do, people to see, got all that stuff. So you want a lot of stocks to look at today, make sure you hit the like button. All right, let's go talk about what's going on in the news. Now, I didn't have the amount of time that I normally do. Ooh, how did this come up? This is going to be interesting. I didn't have the time that I would normally do to go look at stories, but stock market today, NASDAQ leads the S&P 500, Dow higher as Microsoft Meta earnings reassure Wall Street. All right, this is going to look a little different, a little bit more jacked up than we normally do because I don't have the OBS setting to make it look prettier. That's all right, we're on the road. Suck it up, Buttercup. All right, with that being said, nice move on the indicators because big tech stocks move them. That's a good thing. All right, we're going to take a look at Microsoft and Meta. What else is moving the market today? Here's another one that says, forget about GDP. Understand, How do we get into a recession? GDP's got to go down for 2 quarters. Guess what? We went down for 1 quarter. A lot of people are already saying that we're in a recession now, because by the time we figure out that we're in a recession, it has already happened, because we're always late to the party. So a lot of people out there are already saying that we are in a recession. I'm going to go by the textbook definition of it, 2 quarters down. All right, we're not there yet, and recession only contracted 0.3%, but it's enough to be negative. It's enough to at least bring something to the forefront. Keep in mind, tariffs, big talk. The only big thing about the tariffs right now, we got 10% across the board. That's in place for everybody. And China's getting jacked up because they got 145%. But all of the other countries are trying to come to the table to negotiate the tariffs. And I saw a story that 70 countries are out there trying to negotiate the tariffs. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's news. All right, and if people are out there trying to negotiate the tariffs, that could be a positive sign for tariffs to, at least the tariffs news, to alleviate the tensions in people's minds. All right? And the jobs number was kind of jacked up. We were supposed to come in at like 115,000, and we came in at 62,000. That's not just a little bit of nothing. That's a big something. I saw today that the unemployment number jumped up to 241,000. So a lot of people were like, yo, where's my bag? I need some dough. They're trying to get out there and get some money. All right, so a lot of people thought that employment was going to start to spike. We're starting to see that. What does that do for the Fed? Well, is the Fed going to cut rates, especially if deals are not done and the tariffs are in place and inflation does rear its ugly head? Can the Fed, I'm going to ask the people in the room, can the Fed cut into rising inflation? Yes or no? Yes, he can. He can, but is it the smart thing to do? Therein lies the other part of the question. All right, Akshaya says no. Akshaya is here. I'm waiting for Akshaya to say something against me. Stagflation, I'm not taking away from that. Stagflation. Claire says not smart. Bill says not wise to do. I agree. All right, so the Fed is sitting in a sticky spot right now. First off, the Fed said, respectfully, Mr. President, I'm not stepping down. I think that took a lot of balls, which was great, and I'm glad he did it. All right, I think that was great. And now he's going to have to go by his dual mandate to manage price and look at full inflation. If he does that, he'll do the right things. That's what I think. All right, so the jobs numbers is something to keep your eyes on. Now, let's go to Tesla. Tesla stock gains after denying CEO search report. Board confident in Musk. I think that Elon realized that being a part of Doge after a while affected him both personally, it affected the brand, it affected the people who own the cars. That was an ugly, ugly situation. My 2 cents is you may not like the person because of what he did, but the brand shouldn't suffer for it. If you don't like him, you don't like him. The brand shouldn't suffer for it, and the people who own the vehicles shouldn't suffer for it. I don't care who you are. All right? So, man, I told you I'm here at the road show, and I'm going to start popping off some stuff that you may not normally hear. I told you that I would. I'm going to start popping off some stuff. All right, here. Wait till the VIP. Woo! My shirt's going to be all open. I'm going to have on my hat backwards, be having my one shoe on and one shoe off, running through Charlotte going, ah! For all of y'all who didn't sign up for the VIP, that's what y'all missing. That's what y'all missing. All right. So with all that being said, it's news. It's news. We'll see if Elon keeps his job. I'm with someone who posted on the chat that I think he keeps his job. I don't think he goes nowhere. All right, I don't think he goes. But I think the idea of him pulling away from Doge and pulling more back into Tesla, they need him. All right, they need him, and putting that effort back there would be a good thing. All right, let's go to the next story. Eli Lilly. I like Eli Lilly. I like Novo Nordisk. I like the GLP-1, but I think it's spotty. GLP-1 is good for a minute, then it's not so good for a minute. But Eli Lilly sales soar 45% on weight loss drug demand. But drug maker cuts profit outlook after cancer treatment deal. It's kind of interesting, and I didn't read a lot into the story. I probably should have, but I didn't. But I've been talking to the people here. Got to do that. Key points. Eli Lilly top first quarter earnings and revenues estimates. So they beat earnings and they beat top and bottom. And a lot of it has got to do with Zepbound. All right? And Mounjaro. All right? Sales of Mounjaro and Zepbound topped expectations for the first quarter. The pharmaceutical giant lowered its full year. This doesn't make sense. Why? They lowered its full year profit outlook due to the recent deal for cancer treatment. What deal? Oh, Lord. Now you're going to make me look. Damn it. Why? Became a senior benefit manager. That's Wegovy. Sorry, I'm not going to look for it. I may do another story. I'm going to look deeper into that. I may do a story on it. All right? But the big news is that it's up on demand. All right? Interesting. I like this story. I talked about this earlier this week. I think it was Monday. U.S. and Ukraine signed a landmark minerals deal after months of fraught negotiations. Why is that important? Because China's got the lockdown on us for rare earth metals. Ryan brought it to VV Nation's attention about rare earth metals. I wasn't even thinking about it. And Ryan said, ooh, I like this story. He talked about it, and then he got me to buy UAMY. And I did. I made a lot of money on UAMY. But I don't want to give Ryan the credit for it. I just give him the credit that he talked about rare earth metals. But other than him, I'm not talking to you right now. I'm talking to the people in VV Nation. All right? So I want it to be known that you brought it to VV Nation, but I'm giving you no credit that I made money off of something that you put out there. I'm not confirming nor denying that. Just putting that out there. All right, so with that being said, I'm with him that UAMY is probably the better trade, is the better pick for a longer-term play, where USAR that got killed last week is more of the trade. I did put out 2 ETFs to play this field because you know me. I like stocks. I like those stocks, and I cannot lie. But those ETFs, they don't lie. You know why? Okay, never mind. I was going to go down another path, but I stopped. PICK is an ETF for rare earth metals, and then another one is called Remix, REMX. Keep your eyes on those, all right, in case you don't want to get specifically into either one of those. And then I created and built upon Ryan's rare earth metals. Did you make a watch list?
I did, but you added.
I added some stocks to the watch list for him, so he's got a more comprehensive list. There's a lot of stocks that you can invest in. And we're getting more American investment into the miners for rare earth metals. But UAMY, folks, if you haven't made some money on it, check it out. All right, check it out. USAR is more of a trade for those more aggressive. But those two ETFs, PICK and REMX, watch those stocks. They are ETFs that cover the whole space. Mark says, wake up, Ryan. Mark just said that. He's sitting in the crowd, Mark. That's what he's doing. He's trying to hide. Yeah, he's trying to hide. Thomas says, some valuation sites show Eli Lilly at 700. You know something? We just talked about how important value is. We're going to take a look and see where VectorVest has Eli Lilly valued. How about this one? McDonald's reports the largest U.S. same-store sales decline since 2020. But every morning, I got to go over there and get my 2 sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffins, 2 for $5. With taxes, $5.41. All right? And I get it, but then when I go up to the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle, it's like $9. Goodness gracious, you're going to charge me so much more for a little freaking pancake to put on top of a sausage and egg, which is ridiculous. Nonetheless, I don't understand how the same-store sales decline. People still eat McDonald's. My wife and I love Chick-fil-A. She saw a video on what they put into the Chick-fil-A. She says, baby, we ain't going back there again. So I'm not going to tell y'all that it's bad because I don't want to affect their sales. But she saw some video and said, what did they put in? So I'm just putting that out there. But I do like me my McDonald's. Ever so often, I will go to Burger King because I like the flame broiled rather than just that pan-fried stuff. Or we go to Cookout because it's cheap. I don't know why I'm telling you all about the cooking stuff because I lost the weight. Just to put it out there, I do off-topic stuff. Do you know I've almost got 100-pound weight loss? I've lost almost 100 freaking pounds. Thank you. 100 pounds. That's a lot of weight loss. My wife was going through it. She's like, babe, we got to buy you new clothes. I cleaned out my closet. Half my closet's done because she says we got to give it to Goodwill. I said,
What about me? You said give it to me.
I'm not giving it to you. I don't even like you that much. That happens to be our vice president of marketing. That's Mark Blake, by the way. Yes, I put you out there. That's our vice president of marketing right there. So what is the diet called? The diet is called uncontrolled diabetes. So that's what it. So I'm not trying to tell y'all all to go out there and get, wow. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to go out there and get some uncontrolled diabetes. Woo! And lose this weight. So I'm just putting that out there. Where else do you get this? Where else do you get this? Nowhere. All right. So interesting about McDonald's in the store decline, in the same store sales decline. I'm not sure where that all came from. I got one more story, and I did this one just for Ryan. Bitcoin may be standing by its digital gold nickname as investors increasingly view it as alternative asset. That's the word that he always uses. I call it crapto. Glenn calls it crapto. I bet your BP is lower too. I got meds for that. So I got to go all the way to Charlotte just to give them all of my numbers for my new medication for the blood pressure and then go all the way back to work, which is silly. But I got to do that. But my blood pressure's, I got some new meds. They're working on it. We'll see.
Did you take your meds today?
Yeah, I took my meds today. I did. Stop asking me questions you know I don't want to answer. Ryan calls me up or comes over to my office and says, hey, Glenn, what are you doing? It pisses me off because why you come and ask me what you're doing? None of your business what I'm doing. That's what it comes down to. But he does it to me all the time, and now he's getting to understand that I dislike it. You think he's going to stop? He did that today. He called me up, and he says, where you at? I said, I'm in the room. And he's like, oh, where is the room? I said, you'll find it. And I almost hung up on him. I almost hung up on him. All right. Bitcoin may be standing by its digital gold nickname as investors increasingly view it as an alternative asset. A lot of you, and Ryan's of the mindset as an alternative asset. I am still under the feeling that it still got a ways to go. It still has a ways to go for me to feel real warm and fuzzy about it. But Ryan's right, and I don't want to give him credit for that either, but he's right that more and more people are looking at it. And if more and more people are looking at it, more and more municipalities are looking at it, putting it into their 401s, putting it into a lot of different things. I just pray that nothing bad happens like what happened with, what was the other company that, No, not Enron, the other bit, FTX. I hope we don't get that happen again. And I only honestly feel that we're getting set up for that to happen again. And that left a bad taste in a lot of people's minds when it came down to crypto. And I just hope that it doesn't happen again, because more and more people are getting on board, and we're getting the capability of being able to invest in it too, from VectorVest with the ETFs on Coin, on Ethereum, now on XRP, and now on Solana. So we are giving our VectorVest subscribers from VectorVest an entree into that space. All right, we don't trade currencies. That's why we don't have actual XRP or Bitcoin. We don't trade currencies. We don't trade currencies, nor do we trade foreign currency or futures. But because this is becoming such a big topic, a lot of companies are giving the ability with ETFs. You got your hand up? Yes.
So do you have VST ratings for crypto?
Yes, but when you look at crypto, because they're ETFs, we're going to look at those. Because they're ETFs, they don't have a relative value or relative safety. But if I'm going to look at a crypto, the big thing I want to know is where RT is. Is RT above 1? As a matter of fact, let's start build us a watch list. Let's go do that now. All right, that's all the news I wanted to look at anyway. I just wanted to have more time to banter with you, more so than anything, because I told Ryan this morning, I was pretty straightforward. I was like, get away from me right now because I'm in my element. This is what I love to do. I like to be in front of people. I like to be able to see your faces. Even though I like being on YouTube, I can't see none of y'all's faces. But when I'm in a room, I can watch your faces, and I can watch when you're confused. I can watch when you're happy. I can watch when I say something that you don't like, you know something. But I like to also pick on people in the room who are honest and say things, because I think that interaction, my world is all about interaction. Believe it or not, but when I go home, I don't want to interact with anybody, because I've spent it all here. You know, my wife loves me for that, because then she ain't got to listen to me about my day, which is fine. You know, talk about that. I wake up in the morning talking to my wife. Hey, baby, how's it going? Did you sleep well last night? And she starts going, rrr. I haven't had my first cup of coffee yet. And I just get right in between her and the coffee pot and to start talking to her. She says, I'm about to slap you. I said, bring it on, baby, bring it on. She never slaps me. One day she probably will, and that'd be a bad thing. But and so I think that when I do get home, she's all right with not hearing. She's like, baby, where you want to go to eat? Or what do you want for dinner? Or what's on TV tonight? Or, hey, I'm going out with the girls tonight. So, that's how our life is, but then she doesn't have to listen to me. She doesn't have to listen to me. All right. What was I finna do? See, I get off track. What was I finna do? I was finna go look at some stocks. All right. Power Hour, where is it? Trending Thursday. That's the wrong one. Trending Thursday, new format, mobile news, big stocks. I'm going to put in, you were talking about crypto. I'm going to put in IBIT. I'm going to put in, Ryan, give me 4 good Bitcoin cryptos. BTC, ETH. Is it ETHE? What the heck happened? ETH. And what else? I like that one. Now let's go look at that. XXRP. Let's go take a look at these. So, from a crypto perspective, because we don't look at RV and RS, it's RT. Notice that 2 out of the 4 have RTs above 1. So if I'm thinking about getting into crypto, maybe BTC and IBT. Remember, RV and RS are going to be at 1. So this is where, this goes back to the talk that we just gave. What's the difference between data and information? You're getting information right here. Everybody can talk about Bitcoin doing this and that, blah, 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 blah. What you're getting now is you're getting information. Do you understand that? Does everybody in the room understand that? When it comes down to crypto, if I'm going to look at something to get in from a crypto perspective, does this give you information? Yes or no? Yes. Everybody should say yes. Don't be so shy. Goodness gracious. All right, let's go look at these 2. These are already in uptrends. View the stock graph. Would I tell you to buy them? Look at that. BTC, 3 and the 8 cross, moving up. RT is above 1. If that's a crypto play that I would take, yep. What would I look at? 12 cents higher than today's high. 12 cents higher than today's high. So the news is out there about blah, blah, blah. I need the information about which crypto I want to buy. What about the next one? Same thing with IBIT. 3 and the 8 cross, broke through resistance, RT above 1, and rising, volume's pretty steady. Same scenario. 12 cents higher than the high. Let's go look at the other 2. All right, let's go look at the other 2 real quick. Right click. RTs are below 1. View the stock graph. That's pretty new. But look at the 3 and the 8. 3's below the 8. Let's go look at the other one. That's moving up, but not enough to make me feel warm and fuzzy. Look at RT is that confirming indicator. So when you're looking at any stock, I'm going to give you a secret. When you're looking at any stock, I'm going to give you 2 secrets. All right? For those in here that are looking for long-term stocks for your portfolios, I'm going to go back to the VectorVest mantra. You need to buy safe, undervalued stocks, rising in price, preferably in a rising market. That's for your long-term retirement plays. Gentleman in here says top VST is what made him a millionaire. He's sitting in the room. Top VST stocks is what made him a millionaire with VectorVest. All right, here's the second secret. If I'm looking at all of these stocks that are in the news and their mama's talking about it and talking about it to their auntie, and then their cousin Tuki comes into and tells you about all these stocks, I like the idea of looking at the 3 and the 8. It's a short-term play. All right, let's go see if it's really meeting up to the hype? I'm going to get you in a second. Is it really reaching up to the hype? Let's go see what the 3 and 8's doing. Number 2, confirmation. Use a VectorVest indicator, RT. No matter what everybody says, the stock's going up. What's RT telling you? RT looks at the short-term price trend in the stock. RT above 1, the 3 and 8 is now backed up by the stocks being in an uptrend. In this case right here, ETH, 3 and 8 look good. RT is not backing it up. And there's a lot of stocks out there that you guys will get into when you get into it from the news. And RT is below 1, and you didn't know it. Why? Because you didn't look at it on the graph. Trade the chart, not your heart. Trade the chart, not your heart. RT is a great indicator to make sure that you're going to be okay before you go buying it. Does that make sense to everybody? I just gave you 2 tidbits of information that nobody else out there is going to give it to you. Buy safe, undervalued stocks rising in price, preferably in a rising market. That's going to be great for your retirement portfolio. And guess what? If they're that good and you don't want to get rid of them when the market goes down, sell a collar on the whole portfolio or sell covered calls. I think that anybody who's made a considerable amount of money in the stock market with VectorVest will tell you a lot of it is based off of what made us us. VST. Stocks that have the best combination of value, safety, and timing. Just think about it. In and of itself, good value, good safety, stocks make money. It meets or beats or exceeds earnings expectations, relative safety. Relative value, the stock's going to outperform a AAA corporate bond. I don't know if anybody's got that kind of a calculation to find those kinds of stocks for you. Glenn just skipped over that comment. What did Mark say? Listen, I'm talking to the people in the room. All right, like, don't pick on people online. Like you don't pick on people online? I pick on everybody. I pick on everybody. You know why? Because it's fun. But you know something? I had to put a smile on your face. We have what's a juror at home with coffee? I don't know what that is. All right, so interesting in your call for crypto. Which crypto? Again, the VectorVest software is going to give you that kind of information. All right, what else was in the news? McDonald's, MCD. What else was in the news? Tesla, right? What else was in the news that I showed?
Lily.
Say again?
Lily.
Lily, LLY. What else? Anybody remember? That's fine. This is good enough.
Tesla.
I put Tesla. Did you not see me just put Tesla up there? Listen, you had a question. What was your question?
The RTs, I think they would go up to as high as 2. Is that correct?
Question is, RT goes up as high as 2. Yes, it's based on the scale between 0 and 2.
If it's at 1.97, does that mean it's
Great question.
about topped out?
So that question comes up a lot. When RT, which is cast on a scale between 0 and 2, gets to 1.9, does that mean that the stock is about ready to top out? The answer to that is no. The answer to that is it's moving really, really fast. And it's going to keep moving fast as long as the price keeps moving higher. It's not an indicator that the stock is ready to turn around. So that question gets asked a lot. But no, I've seen a stock in really good markets that stay at 2 for a couple of months. So it's not an indicator that predicts that the stock's price is going to fall. That's a great question. That is a good question. Glenn, 25 discounts saved me bigly on. I don't know why y'all keep putting up this discount with my name. Don't be doing that. All right. X-Roth made me a millionaire, but you started with $1 billion, right, Mark? It made Mark a millionaire after starting with $1 billion. I know that's a sore topic, but you brought it up, Mark. Anybody in here trade X-Roth? Yes or no? No? Okay. All right. I'm currently in it. All right. Not a lot, but I'm currently in it. All right. Carol, there's Carol. Carol's doing the same thing. She's talking in the room while she's here. Carol says, Mark, I'm here in Charlotte. I'm sorry you could not attend. Goodness gracious, between Roger and Carol, I'm loving it that they're here and they're chatting to you guys online. I'm glad. I am glad. That's awesome. They're both part of the VIP tonight as well. All right. Other stocks. What else are we looking at? McDonald's. Let's go back to McDonald's. They look at that. They're only down 1.7%. But what kind of stock is this? It's a big name company, right? It's a big name company everybody named Mama knows about, right? The company makes money, but upside potential as compared to a AAA corporate bond ain't there. Not a stock I want long term. Not a stock I want long term. What am I giving you? Information. Let's go look at XXRP. It's brand new. It is brand new, but right now RT is below 1. Tesla. Ooh. Tesla's gotten beaten up to the point. It got beaten up so much that it still didn't get down to its value. Tesla is still way overvalued. You know why it's overvalued? Because people are willing to spend a premium to own Tesla, driving the stock's price higher. High enough so much, pushing it to overvalued. Buying an overvalued stock is not always a bad thing, but it's something that catches your attention. Tesla's going to keep going up as much as it is. How about RT's below 1? I don't know if I want Tesla right now. Now, I say that as I own TSLL. Why do I own it? Because sometimes I'm a gunslinger. I own TSLL. I always tell you the stocks that I own because I talk about a lot of stocks. I don't ever want you to think that I'm pushing any stocks. I'm very, very transparent about the stocks that I own. I own TSLL because it had gotten beaten up, and I didn't want to spend the Tesla money, so I took the ETF to cheapen the price of it. And it's 2-time leverage. So I own TSLL, but I'm up like 25% on it. I'm about ready to take profits on it. I'll take the profits where I can. You guess what? If you do that enough times, you can't go broke taking a profit. At least I ain't. Now, if Mark Norton on YouTube goes broke taking a profit, he's gonna have to explain that. He can get a doctorate degree in showing you how to go broke taking a profit. He probably could. He can write a book. It might be a bestseller. But I'm not going broke. I'm not going to go broke taking a profit. So when I look at, I'm going to give you another secret. I'm giving you another secret. How many of you have a watch list built of all of the stocks you own? Everybody raise your hand. How many of you have a watch list built of the stocks that you own? That's one of the most important things you can do because that's my New York coming out because I talked to you earlier today. That's my New York coming out because you can always analyze and see where they are in your watch list. All right? A lot of us buy stocks and we just hold them. We don't pay attention. A lot of us hold stocks. We don't pay attention and we were up 20, 30%. And by the time we look at them, we're down 10%. Don't put yourself in that situation. Have a watch list of the stocks you own. Have a watch list of the stocks that everybody and their mom is telling you about. A lot of you look at Kramer. You ain't gonna tell me the truth, but you do. Yeah, a lot of y'all that's right. I said it. Or you hear all that stuff. I know you do. I got a soundboard. Joey gave me a soundboard. I got a soundboard. I don't use it as much as I'd like to. How many of you seen the one that I played with Jack Black? Was it Jack Black? Who's the guy who put? If you want to get back on the right track, I've played that a lot of times. All right, fine. On Monday, maybe Friday, I'm going to play it. I got a soundboard. I got the stuff that I played, but it's awesome. If you got stocks that you're interested in, put them in a watch list. Let VectorVest give you the information you need. Don't get caught up in what everybody's telling you. Let VectorVest give you the information that you need. I have several watch lists, says Troy. And Bill put his hand up. Congratulations, that's awesome. Stay away from McDonald's, says Siobhan. Wow, that's a new person. I love listening to new people on the chat. I love giving new people some shine. I have a watch list for Glenn's top 11 picks for the year. Really? Janice is not going to let me live that down. I told y'all that I gave you my top 10 picks for the year. Janice said, no, it was 11. I had to go back and look. It was my 11. It was 11. She's not going to let me live that down. That's just hilarious. It is just hilarious. All right. So I'm a little bit ahead of time today. I'm okay with that. Tell you what I'm going to do. I can't see how many likes we have. How many likes we have? 4. We got 4?
64.
All right. I'll give you 10 stocks today. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you 15 stocks today. Woo! I'm going to give you 5 from here. I'm going to take 5 from new people in the chat. Stop typing them in. I didn't say type them in. I'm going to take 5 from new people in the chat. And I'm going to take 5 from regular people in the chat. So I'm going to start off in here. You guys are still, I'm not listening to any of those stocks you all are typing in there. I'm not looking. All All right, let's go to customer picks. I'm going to customer picks. 5 stocks from the people in the room. Raise your hands. Yes. MMYD? Oh, my trip? MMYT? Yep. All right. Next one. AMD. That's 2 from in here. TT2, what was it, take 2? Yes. I told you I know 7,000 of the 9,000 stocks we track. Yes. Say again? NRG. Okay. That's 4. I need 1 more in here. AMED? AT. Roger, give me yours. RECEY. Nope, I don't think it is. I think it's RCE. Fine flip. What? Man, say it again. RYCEY. Yeah, there it is. All right. I need 5. I need 5 from, I can go back through the chat. I need 5 from new folks. I'm going to go, you all type them in. I'm going to go through the chat. You ain't got to type them in more. Stop typing. Nobody's listening to me anyway. Alex. Alex is a new person. Man, this backward thing is catching me now. Alex, put in Hood. HOOD. New person. Dunwin. BTGD. Excellent. New person. Edward. AMZN. That's 3 from new people. 3 from new people. Jake's not new. Janice is not new. Rose is new. Orla. O, comma, ORLA. And who else is new in here? Mark's not new. Even if you, I'm not liking you right now, Mark. So no. Why? Huh? Looney Tunes is new. I got also YTP. Fail? What? I'm not. Is that a real stock? Or are you saying I failed? What's Looney Tunes?
It's the person in the chat.
I can't. Just tell me what it is.
PLX.
Thank you. PLX. All right. That's from the new people in the room. Now, let's go back through the list so I can find 5 from my regular people. Let's go back. Roger says, oh, I already got that in there. Mukesh, SMCI. Okay. SMCI. Who else? Troy wants PBI, comma, PBI, comma. Jake wants LRN, comma. Let's go back. What else is in here? Bill wants VRT or VST. Which one do you want? I'm going to go with VRT. VRT. I got to give Janice one. There you go, Janice. FNGA. All right. That was a good mix, yes? Yes. 5 in here, 5 new people in the chat, and 5 from the regulars. There's 15. How many likes did we get finally, all the way? 74. I gave you 15 stocks. Be happy. All right, just here we go. That's a lot of stocks to look at. Now, let's start off with the importance of the watch list. Move this over. The importance of creating a watch list. These stocks are automatically sorted by VST. So I may not know every single stock that you put in there, but I can tell you what stocks have the best combination of value, safety, and timing. What is that? Information. That is information, useful information, not just data. Not just me popping off and saying, whoa, go buy LRM because Glenn likes it. It's using the calculated formula for value, safety, and timing to put the best stocks at the top of the list. Does everybody see that? Type it in the room. Does everybody in here, does you see that? Yes, shake your heads. All the people online, type a 1 if you understand that. And that it's not just data, that this is information. Roger shook his head and typed in the room. All right, excellent. Way to go, Roger. I think the in-person people count double likes. No. You got, no, not even triple. You guys are here, but I got you. Guess what? You get to spend a little bit more time with us than they do online, right? Just think about that. We got you. What is that? Scheme my body. What did you say? What is the question? I forgot. What was the question? Oh, that you understand that looking at the watch list provides you guys with information, not just data. That was the question. Gosh. All right. So VST, what stocks have a VST? Wow, you gave me every stock in here has got a VST above 1. Janice, my number 2 is the one that gave me the worst VST. I'm surprised, Janice. That makes me sad. All right, 0.98. All right, number 1. Let's sort these by which stocks are buy recommendations. Just about all of them. I thought y'all was supposed to give me some bad stocks too. Amazon's in here, hold. AMD is in here, hold. Hood's a hold. SMCI got its butt kicked like nobody's business. Interesting about looking at SMCI, fundamentally sound stock. The stock has gotten beaten up that the stock got to be undervalued. Remember all that rigmarole, the short story on them about their finances? All right? But look at that, undervalued, relative value above 1, relative safety above 1. What's hurting it? RT. And again, a lot of you guys look at stocks and don't take into consideration just how important RT is. Tells you if the stock's in an uptrend or not. It's a smart indicator. Go look at a Kramer stock. Go look at a CNBC stock. All these stocks, they say, oh, this stock is going to 10 times, blah, 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 blah. Let RT tell you when it's the right time. They may actually be having a good story, but let RT give you the opportunity to get in. Stop taking it at face value. All right? Bottom feeder, Glenn. It was okay, is that what it was? Well, if it was a bottom feeder, you did a great job, Janice. Yay! Bottom feeder. We'll still take a look at it. All right, now, for those of you a little bit more aggressive, let's see what stocks are moving up the fastest. There's RT. Ooh. NRG is in the fastest uptrend. Look at that. Followed by oil mining. Be careful with oil. Be careful with gold. And I think Ryan and I both believe this. If you're going to pick a gold stock, be picky. Be picky. Gold is petering out. Why? Because not as many people is afraid in the market. They're not flying to safe haven. Gold may have had its run, but you're going to find stocks like Orla, like Harmony that may still be rising. Just be careful. Be very picky about the gold stocks you buy. All right? They do have, look at that. Orla still has an RT above 1. Fundamentally sound stock. It's a buy recommendation, but I'm going to tell you to still be careful. Rolls-Royce, look at that, RT at 1.5. This is another Bitcoin stock, RT at 1.5. Which ones don't have one? Here's your stocks that are hurting you. Look at that. These all have RTs below 1. They may be moving up nicely today. How about FNGAs up 10.5%? Ooh, but RT tells me pump your brakes, slow down a little bit. That's information. Because a lot of you jump, oh, it's up 10.5%. I'm jumping all over that. Ooh, RT is not confirming that. I do not Roger that. All right? I don't Roger that. That's important. All right. Let's go look at these graphs real quick. What are my people online saying? It rebounds pretty well. Which stock, Alex? What is CI and why does Amazon have a CI less than 1? Edward, CI is Comfort Index. Comfort Index looks at a stock's ability to withstand long or lengthy price declines. So stocks that have a high CI tend to be less volatile. Stocks that have a low CI tend to get hit, and when they get hit hard. Another way of saying CI, high CI stocks that are resilient. They go down, but they go up pretty quickly. That's what CI is. And if probably you got to look at the Amazon graph to find out what's going on. SMCI rebounded. Are you happy with the rebound with SMCI? Well, hold on. Let's get to NRG. Nice up day. RT's above 1. I got a confirmation not only that it's in an uptrend, RT, 3 is above the 8. Nice open graph. Very little wick at the top, right? Trading at session highs. RT is rising. Earnings per share is higher than it was 3 months ago. Volume's pretty steady. I like NRG. I like that stock, and I cannot lie. But I'm going to catch headwinds right at this price of $116.75. I'm going to catch some headwinds right there, right? Just be careful. If you're in it, I wouldn't be afraid of you taking half off right now. Take a third off. The stock's made you some money. Okay, let's go to the next one. Orla, talk about gold, right? There's the high. The 3 is below the 8 officially today. I'd be taking that off the table. Again, that's not me. That's trade the chart. I do like long-term. Earnings per share is up. I do like that. Love the move. What's happened to the stock? The safe haven is not so safe right now. Don't need it. If you're going to take a gold stock, Be choosy. Rolls-Royce. You know I love the aerospace and defense. Rolls-Royce, 3 above the 8. Trending higher by recommendation. Look at that. Hold, buy, hold, back to a buy. Rising RT. You notice lately I've been putting a lot of notes on my graphs because now when I come back to it, when I talked about it before, I say, oh yeah. And you say, oh, Glenn talked about that and I didn't listen. I missed out. Yeah, you did, because you didn't listen. All right, so just listen. Anyway, love the rising earnings per share. Love the play. It's going to catch headwinds at 1086. We're going to catch headwinds at 1086. Just be careful. All right, don't be afraid to take profits. BTG, RT's above 1. I'm watching. Look at that. A little bit of a bearish harami follow through. 388 is still there. The trend line is still there. Or is it? Oh, where's my trend line? Did it break down? A little bit. The 388 is still there. If I'm in it, I might be thinking about taking profit. Watch the falling volume. I'm not having a lot of conviction right there. Not only do I want to see the stock's price rising, I want to see rising volume. A lot of red flags will show up when you look at a graph. Portalox, I like this stock. I talked about it on the live stream. I like this stock. It's in a trend. Look at that. Trade the trend. It's in an upward trend. 388 is solid. Down day to day. All right? Don't panic. How many panic when you see a big down day on the stock you own? Be honest. How many of you panic? Stop panicking. That's what you got stops for. How many people online do the same thing? You panic as soon as you see a big down day on your stocks. That's what stops are for. I have found out over my years here at VectorVest, I've gotten out of a stock before it hit my stop, only that my stop never got hit and the stock went back up. That's what you got stops for. And if you think the stop is too loose, put a tighter one. If you think the stop is too loose, put a tighter one. That's all. All right? But that's a little third piece of tidbit of information right there. That's what you trade stops for. That's what you got them for. Down day, I'm not going to buy on a down day. I just won't buy on a down day. But look at that. RT is still up there. Let's go to the next one. LRN, was that earnings? Earnings was a couple of days ago. Nice big open candle, no wick, trading at session highs. 388, I love trading at 388, so is Ryan. But I've been trading at 388 since before him. I've been alive longer than him. I've been working here longer than him. I look better than he does too. So anyway, all of those things in place. We both do like the 388. It's a good short-term play, but look at that. It turns out into a good longer-term play if you just let it go. If you just let it go. RT's above 1. Earnings high. That's a good-looking stock. It's a good-looking stock. And it's at a 3-month high. So your question about buying a stock at a high, you know something? The stock's hitting new territory. But the stock is trading good. Volume is there. Earnings is there. RT is there. You know something? It's doing exactly what I wanted to do, go up in price. If I buy it, I'm looking at 12 cents higher than high. If I buy it, put a tight stop on it. I'm looking at probably a 5 to 7% stop on it. That way, if it pans out and it didn't work, that's all you lose. All right, let's go to the next one. Same thing with Take Two, new high. 388 looks solid. Look at this. 388 does a really good job. Not only that, let's go draw my trend line. Trade the chart, folks. The chart tells you everything. Trade the chart. The chart says, whoo, good thing Glenn is not competitive, huh, Ryan? I'm not competitive. Ryan's more competitive than I am. Ryan likes to push my buttons. I don't like to push his buttons. Ryan likes to push my buttons. He does. It's a good thing I love you, though, like a brother. All right. It's in an uptrend. That's in a nutshell. And guess what? Notice how price is pulling away from the trend line? How about moving averages will help you to manage it from there? All right? Let's go to the next one. VRT. All right, VRT moving higher. 388 look good. RT just went above 1. Woo! That could be a good entry. That could be good entry. Why is this can't have like monthly earnings. Was there a special dividend or something? Mark, Glenn is just a guy. Listen to what VectorVest tells you. I'm with that 110%. There you go. Joey made that point so I can just do that because that's the only one he did it. And I'm for that. I'm just a guy. I am just a guy. I will tell you that over and over again. I'm just a guy. who knows about VectorVest and tries to help you out. All right, let's go to the next one. Make my trip. 3.8 cross back here. Broke through a level of resistance. RT is above 1. I got headwinds coming in at 113.81. Stocks a buy. Look at that earnings per share. Good. Googly muggly. Woo. Let's go to the next one. AMD. Nice move up. Nice move up. 3 is above the 8. I'm really looking for RT. And the stock has been going up since 3 was above the 8. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not feeling earnings. So I'm not looking at AMD long term. I need a stock that can beat earnings consistently. But RT is not above 1 yet. I'd wait just a little bit. All right. A net. RT is right there. RT is at 1.02. Broke 3.8. Broke through resistance. Broke through the downtrend. Is a buy. Good volume. Woo! I'm liking that play. Coming off this low, took a minute, but I'm liking that play. He's certainly not a Joey when it comes to picking stocks. Whatever. I'm not even going to answer that. I'm not even answering it. Joey's just cracking up. I'm not even answering that. All right, don't like the AMD earnings per share. I'm with you, Troy. I was waiting for panic to be turned into a Glenism, panicosity. No, I don't need that. I don't want that. Interesting on Hood. That's a good entry play for crypto. There it is. Watching the fall. Be careful with that. You know something? The 3 is still above the 8, but that's a big candle. I take half off the table. I take it. And not only is it going down, it's going down on big volume. People are getting rid of it. All right, next one. FNGA, FANG A. Trend line, broke through resistance, 388 in place. I like that. Move to a hold, enough of a move to get to hold. Where's RT? I'd wait for RT to get above 1 for confirmation. A net got an analyst upgrade yesterday. That was this, what was that? A net? You know, I'm not even worried about the upgrade. I'm worried about what does the stock tell me? The stock tells me, got to a buy. RT is right there above 1. I like that. Let's go to the next one. Amazon. So you wanted to ask why CI was so low on Amazon? This stock is susceptible to long or lengthy price declines. That's why CI is low. All right? Amazon's on the move. Don't get me wrong. Amazon's on the move. I got a few levels of resistance. Big thing for me for Amazon, wait for RT to go above 1. Same thing with Pitney Bowes. Love the move. 3.8 solid. Going to have headwinds at 9.30. Wait for RT to go above 1. And the last stock on the list, SMCI. You know, SMCI is trying. It's trying. It's like, I think I can, and then it goes, nope. I think I can, nope. That's exactly what's going on with SMCI. I could find you a better stock than SMCI. I got 1 minute. I'm going to show you the difference, show you high CI stocks. I want to show you what their graphs look like. All right, so you looked at Amazon, right? Let's go to Stock Viewer real quick. And I'm going to sort the list of stocks in the whole database by CI as soon as I find it. I want you to see what the stocks, high CI stocks, look like. I might have just put you all into something again. This could be another secret. What is this? It's just high CI stocks. That's what a high CI stock looks like. That's what a high CI stock looks like. Notice that these stocks are resilient enough to return to rebuff big pullbacks in the market. And that's why Amazon's got a CI so low. I wanted to show you that just real quick. All right, I'm done. Trending Thursday is done. Thank you guys for joining us here live at the Road Show. All the live people that were here as well. Thank you guys for being here. John Boston, it's me. What did you say? VectorVest, is there going to be a poll who drank the most wine today? Joey said it's going to be him. Joey's probably going to drink the most wine today. All right, so that's all I got to say about that. Thank you guys for being here. I'm going to sign off the way that I normally do. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. You know I love me some Hawaii. I'm going to go back to Hawaii so bad, but Janet won't let us go. She says it's too expensive. I'm about to be a caveman, clunk her over the head, and just drag her by her hair, and we're just going back to Hawaii. All right? Always remember, there's good people in the world. If you can't find one, be one. Right now, because Joey's in the room, because, never mind, we're going to say that. Odabu, bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until the next time, folks, see ya.